What up, guys? Kevin here. Incel Kevin. I'm going to be an incel today. I don't think I'm going to make Whoopi today. They're still young. But, I'd rather play video games. If I can go back to like 14-year-old, really awkward, oh my God, I don't think I'll ever touch a boobie in my life, me, and say, hey, Kevin, look at all these women you're going to pass up because you'd rather stay home and play video games. I would kick my own ass. But, I don't want herpes or kids, But Jordan Peterson, one of these, culture warriors, I'm so over it. Like, if you're really into one of these political weirdos, I don't know. I mean, have fun, but if it's making you angry about the left or the right, like, you're too far gone. You're too far gone. I get it. It's entertaining. It happened to me. I was following a lot of these guys, especially through the 2016 up until really recently. And I'm like, man, my mood is just negative. My mood is these people are making me really hate people. Like, I shouldn't hate AOC. She's a pretty lady. And she's probably into some batshit ideas. I've dated women who are into batshit ideas I don't care about, but that's not about life. Life to me is about video games, sports, naps, and other stuff. Food, lots of food, cheeseburgers, pizza. That's what life should be about. It shouldn't be about what AOC said today. If it is, I don't know. Again, I'm actually going to agree with Jordan Peterson here. He was on Piers Morgan, and he wept for the incels. He cried for them. And I absolutely understood because I don't want to consider myself an incel. Smell my finger. You smell my finger if you don't believe me. It's my asshole. I'm kidding. But I understand as a single male, I would consider myself a loner. I like being alone, but yeah, I understand. Like, when he said something about like that word of encouragement, like that hit me hard. I think I remember every time in my life I had a word of encouragement. And yeah. And he said like what young men are dying, literally dying for that word of encouragement. But people are making fun of him. Of course, the people on the left, they got Trump derangement syndrome. And the guy, Jordan Peterson, I think is a net positive. I think that's what he said. I just don't like it when he's just the left. And he just sounds angry too. But I get it. He's now a culture warrior, which I do think the right needs. The right doesn't have the Jimmy Kimmels, basically any mainstream media. They don't have that. So this is what they have. So I get it. I think the right does need this. So we can get people in office whose policies I align with. But, I bowed out of following these cultural warrior weirdos. But I agree with Jordan Peterson here. And I think that's the issue. It's just when you think of the incels, you call them a marginalized community. It's like, they're white males. Screw them. But it's like, okay, but they are feeling screwed. They are feeling left out. They feel like they don't have a voice. And if he's a voice for them, it's a start. It's an absolute start. I didn't read his book, but I skimmed through it. I'm like, okay, just one of those kind of self-help books. And yeah, it does. I mean, being a guy, I want to say it's hard. You got to understand who you are. If you're a 5, yeah, you're going to have to go after 5s. You're going to have to go at 4s, 3s. Start at a 1. Not trying to be rude here, but, I remember when I was young and got out of a relationship and I wanted to get some, but I didn't have any game at the time. And some larger girl who worked at Domino's invited me over. And I was just like, what am I doing? Oh my God, what am I doing? Best sex ever. I'm just going to lay it out there. Best sex I've ever gotten. But it gave me some confidence, and I realized, yeah, just be yourself. Just be yourself. You're a man. Plant seeds. All right. This is my Jordan Peterson. He's going to tell you, get money, work on yourself, clean your room, whatever. You got to plant seeds. You're a guy. You plant seeds. What I mean is get on those dating websites, plant seeds, talk to a lot of women, get ghosted. They're going to come back. A few months later, they'll match up with you again, or you come back and say hi. Oh, hey, I remember you. Yeah, I think you're all right. I remember there was some woman I kept matching with. She was a pretty girl. She was a pretty woman. And it was like it took years of just, simple like, hey, how are you? I'm good. And that's it. Just getting ghosted. And then eventually one night she's just like, oh, hey, want to come over? I'm like, yeah. And fun stuff happened. Again, those nights are over. I don't want herpes. I don't want kids. Speaking of kids, a lot of women have kids. So this whole you got to be, of course you should, absolutely should take care of yourself. You should clean your room. You should, I'm not saying work out. I haven't worked out in 2 years since the pandemic started. But yeah, if you get to a point where you have no confidence because you look like a turd, yeah, women are going to see that. They're going to feel that. They're going to get that energy off you. Like, oh, this guy has no confidence because he looks like Dookie and he thinks he looks like Dookie. Yeah, they're going to bounce off that. Money. These are things that you can help yourself. Now, I don't care about it. Like if you're bagging groceries, I meet so many women that live with their parents and they are embarrassed, but they're still out there trying to get a dude. So if you're bagging groceries, be confident about it. Go out there and just be like, yeah, I am the best grocery bagger this side of the Mississippi, this side of the Nile, this side of the Amazon River. Be confident about it. It does help if you're tall. It does. I remember a couple years ago, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to lie on my profile, say I'm 6'2". And boy, did I get a lot of matches. I got a lot of Scottsdale women knocking on my door, but it helps to have good personality, good positive attitude, be funny. And if you're not these things, find out, be into something too. If you're average, jack of all trades, don't really have a personality, you're the person who roller skates in short shorts with the boa constrictor around their neck or a snake around their neck. That person gets laid, even if they have no job, no money or anything, more than your average dude like me, who doesn't really come off as a personality. I don't like wearing branding. I look as average and boring as possible. But be you. You got to be comfortable being you. All right, so this was my Jordan Peterson moment, and it's just funny all the people made fun of him for it. I'm like, you're proving his point. Nobody gives a crap about these incels. Nobody does. And it's just expected for these incels to just, help themselves. And unfortunately, they're right. They have to help themselves because nobody is going to throw them a bone or give them a word of encouragement. Hopefully this does. Hopefully I help somebody. And Jordan Peterson. He's so angry every time I see a clip. Dude, Elliot Page. Nobody is waking up thinking about Elliot Page. I am sorry. That was just weird. That's my issue with the cultural right. That I keep seeing that one weirdo oh, what is a woman? Goes around asking what a woman is. Who gives a who cares? Who cares? How much is that brought up in your life about what a woman is? Me? Never, ever. Besides watching these culture war weirdos. All right, I gotta go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Later.